Welcome to the show.
Sunday special, man. It's been a while since we did a weekend podcast.
I know, dude. We were talking about this earlier where we're like, this might be a world record, might be the earliest podcast we've ever done, and a weekend pod in itself it's...
You got the coffee going.
I got the coffee going. Shout out to Invicta. And my vessel of choice is our Reload Rub mug. Yeah. Krys Cook in the fucking house. Let's go.
Hi. And I would like to say that this is an early podcast because of me.
Yes.
Because I have the worst scheduling, and this has taken a long time, so I'm super pumped to be here. Thank you guys for accommodating me early on a Sunday.
For sure. I mean, you know, we're used to working with divas, so I mean, what's another one to add to the list?
With a diva. Yep. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
For sure, dude. How's everybody's week? How was your week?
My week's good. Yeah, crazy week.
Yeah.
We installed our Lightner Designs.
Yeah, shout out. Let's go.
Brand new truck.
Welcome to the fam, dude.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I'm super pumped about that. So got all the accessories up this morning and hustled here. So it's been pretty good. My son went on his first hunt. He's 12 and a half with my husband. And Merk'd a pig.
Let's go.
I guess I said it was 130 yards, but my husband actually corrected me. It was 150 yards.
You said Merk'd?
Merk'd.
Get Merk'd.
Spell that?
M-E-R-K, TAC-E-D, Merk'd.
Can you give me the
Merk
origin
mode.
and the sentence?
So that actually means killing.
Like killing, yeah.
Killing.
Like fucking something up, right?
Dude, murking. You fucking murk shit.
Yeah.
That's like murking, Merk mode. That's like part of our thing.
All right.
Yeah, because I've seen that before.
We have a Merk event.
Oh, really?
We have a Merk event, yeah. We do an invite-only Merk event every year with clothing. Wow. Yeah, he has a whole shirt and line based upon Merk.
That's fucking awesome.
If you come to my ranch and you like hear on the radio, Merk, we're about to go Merk, that means you're about to kill one of the goats for the field dressing. That's Merking, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
I learn something new every day, dude.
I do, man. 38 years old.
I'm really glad that I could teach you that today.
Yeah, that's great. All right, that's a wrap. Show.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining.
Yeah, that was it. It may be like an Urban Dictionary thing, but it's our ranch thing. But yeah, my son killed a wild pig, up in Central California. So
that's the place to go,
huge
pretty
week.
much for pig around here.
For Merkin.
Yeah.
For Merking, yes. It's a huge week for us, and I still have to cut all the meat with the family tonight. So it's a big deal.
Yeah, dude, it's got to be a super big deal. And, you know, I get all emotional, I guess, these days because I'm a new dad, and just like seeing how my son's like quickly growing up so fast. He's already almost a year and a half old. But like, dude, be able to have your son go out, be a part of that tradition, because that stuff is really a really big deal in your family. Yeah. And for him to like be able to go out and have success and be able to provide for the family, I'm sure that's like a huge moment for you guys.
It's huge, and we've been prepping, him for this for years upon years, and he's been around it, his whole life. And so to see him actually execute it, I wish I was there, but I'm glad that I wasn't. And it was with his dad and his uncle, so it was profound. And there was actually 10 hunters watching him when he took his shot. So like
pressure's on, dude.
Not low key. It was, downhill. Yeah. He was standing up.
How old is he?
He's 12 and a half. So and there was a lot of pressure. Like my brother said he was fully shaking. Yeah. And Mike was fully shaking. And he like at a point, my brother felt his hand pressed in his hand just to see. Nothing. He was completely calm.
What?
Nothing.
Sniper.
He wasn't like, he just did it. He just executed it.
Let's go.
And then he just, I don't know, he field dressed the whole thing and
just murked that shit.
Yeah. He murked it. So yeah, pretty cool. So anyways.
What was the gun?
That's a great question. I actually don't know, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. So some big ass ridiculous, rifle that Mike has. I don't know.
Mike, your husband.
Yeah, Mike's my husband. Yeah, I don't know, but he did well. So
awesome.
Very exciting, and we're gonna cut meat right after this. So
hell yeah, dude, that's good. So cool.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me because you're down in the Julian area where the ranch is, and we're gonna talk about that. But you made a comment the first time I actually met you in the first event I went to, where you're like, you can keep your fucking wild turkey.
So. We're hunters for food.
Yeah.
We don't love wild turkey. I know, yes, everybody's going to be like, I have the best wild turkey recipe and I can, okay, yeah, and I believe you. That's fucking awesome and I appreciate you. We raise turkeys, we raise chickens where we actually feed them stuff that we like the way that they taste. So we don't need that. Is it fun to kill a wild turkey? Sure. I'm not saying that like the hunt isn't cool or whatever, but it's just not part of our format right now. So everything that we do is for food and to provide for our family.
Yeah. And I've actually, and that's commendable. Why take a living creature out if you don't want to, right? But I remember doing turkey hunting. I've only done it a handful of times. And dude, it is so fucking hard.
It's hard.
It's one of the hardest things to do. And I remember I went on a hunt for whitetail in Arkansas a couple years ago, but the guy I went out with just balls deep into turkey hunting, loves it. And he was like explaining to me, he's like, dude, they would be absolutely 100% impossible to hunt if they could smell.
Yeah.
Because their sight is like, I think it's like 3 times better than a human. They can see in color. Their hearing is like impeccable. And that's why it's like, you got to be so fucking still. You have to be like set up perfectly. You know, like everything's got to go like perfect.
Especially if you're using a bow.
Yeah.
So that changes, right?
Bow is a completely different animal.
Different. And you need to be a lot closer and you have all those variations with the wind and everything else. So definitely a cool thing to hunt and it's challenging and you have to work up to it. It's just like, we just aren't that into it now. We also have a ton of turkey on our property where we live. And so it's just not that profound for us, but
I always laugh because I hunt near where your setup is, actually in your backyard. No,
actually you haven't seen me, but I've been down to the bottom 40. Just saying.
But it's funny because there is a ton of fucking turkey down there, but I'd say like 90% of it is all on private land.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, we're right in the Cleveland National Forest. So tons of deer there, turkey, mountain lions. Lots of stuff.
The whole gamut.
And for those of you who don't know the San Diego geography, this is Julian. It snows there.
Yeah.
It's a really unique spot.
It's
pretty cool.
It's such a magical spot because you do get like, you get all 4 seasons down there, you know what I mean? But it's an hour away from us. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Well, and it's cool because where we're at right now in Temecula, Riverside County, it's an hour. If you're from San Diego proper, it's an hour. If you're from Orange County, you're like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then add a little bit of time for LA. Palm Desert isn't far at all. Yeah. It's like 90 minutes. And then we have a lot of people from Arizona coming, Nevada now, Northern California. It's such an interesting place because it's a destination and we're set up for tourism in that town. So it is a cool place to come for the day for these events that we do and be able to spend time with your family. So
get the cider and you get the apple pie.
Yeah, get that apple pie, baby.
I actually gave Spencer his first Julian apple pie.
You did. That's
really?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a novelty. It's a novelty.
Yeah.
That's what that whole town is based upon is apples, the gold rush, and really apple pies. That's what people come for. Yeah. So it's a cool place for a destination to come up for the day.
Yeah,
you know, people
100%.
really like it. So.
I love going down there. It's awesome. And now with your operation, it's even better going down there now.
Yeah, awesome. People have good reasons to come up. So the other part that's really special about my son and this week for him is he's actually inspired all of our programs. So he's kind of the baseline of like everything that we've started at our ranch. And so this has come to a 360 for us with him. He's a special needs kid and he had a lot of issues when he was younger and he really inspired me to look into our food system. And that's really why I did cook pigs. That's why I started Cook Pigs. He continues to inspire me and push me as an adult also just to think outside of the box and do things a little bit differently. And so being able to watch him this week get into what he's doing and like take on everything that we've given him and really based upon our entire business and ranch is really profound and it's really huge for our family. And we're a little bit more proud of him, I think, than like our typical kids. Like Jameson's my middle kid. Jameson could go out right now. He's gnarly, dude. The kid is like ridiculous. You know, he could do whatever. And so, but it is a little bit more special with our oldest because like I said, he's gone through a lot in his life and he's had to push through a lot of challenges. And so just to be able to see that is it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So.
that's really cool. And I will vouch for Jameson. We got to shoot bows and together. And the
kid's
dude,
gnarly.
yeah, he gives 0 fucks. I love it.
0 fucks.
Yeah.
And his life goal right now is to be a Navy SEAL. I actually think that he is going to do that. He runs every day. He does pull-ups every day. He does push-ups.
Yes.
He's constantly researching weird shit that I don't know about. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't even know what that is. And you know, whether he becomes that or not, he's going to do something like extremely hard and epic in his life. That's just who he is.
Yeah.
So
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Paul, how was your week, big guy? A little update, huh?
Day 55. I'm running.
Are you aware? I'm gonna keep asking our guests if they're aware. Are you aware of the 75 hard challenge?
I already knew you
First
were
one.
going to say that. I already knew you were going to say when you said that day. I was like, he's on 75 hard. Yeah, yeah. No, it's cool. I've never done that, but I think it's a fucking awesome program, and it's a really good way to like challenge yourself and stay focused on whatever your goals are. You can clean yourself out, right? It's like the whole 30 days, or I do weird shit like that all the time for myself. I like challenge myself. I like cut certain foods out. So yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So what do you got? Give me an update.
It's going good. I went to the, I'm going to do my in-shot again, which is a body composition in 20 more days when I finish. I did it at the beginning. I don't know if I mentioned, they wanted me, the body composition came out to be, ideally for me, my composition, however you want to take a skeletal and muscle mass density, it wanted me at 201 pounds, which is not going to happen. I'm sitting at like 208 right now. If I go to 201, there's going to be no ass. I'm just going to be like...
Gotta have those curves, baby.
I need my Latina curves to fit. Main goal is I don't want to buy new clothes.
That's what it really comes down to.
Totally. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm having fun. I'm having great. And you and I had a conversation on the phone is that transition afterwards.
Yeah.
Day 75, what's going to happen? The standard's been set so high for so long for 55 days. And it's become like brushing your teeth for me, just reading the gallon. It's all been just a habit, a discipline. And when you get to day 76, you're not accountable for it anymore. So what's going to happen? So we'll see. Mentally, I might go down some dark whiskey trips. I'm just kidding.
Some benders.
Some benders.
Yeah. That's always with any like diet, right?
Yeah.
Or anything you do that's restrictive. It's how do you maintain all of that? Yeah. Like how do you go off and it's like, great, okay, I've lost this much, or like I've cut this much fat, but then how do you actually like turn that into a lifestyle? Yeah. Because then that's the harder part.
Yeah, it's the
like
trick.
when you're in it. Yeah. You'll get it. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I'll just do it again.
That's what I
know people that do it all the time. They constantly,
we know a couple.
Like they do it and then they go off for a little bit and then they do it and that works really well for them just to stay on track, and mentally it's a good thing for them. So.
It's fucking great. I'm killing it. My mental clarity at work, I'm just killing it. Like I'm just task oriented right now, which is kind of good and bad. I need to stop and smell the roses a little bit, but things have been going really good. I'm getting through tons of books. Just ordered another one yesterday. So
how many books have you put down?
Right now, when I finish this one, it'll be 5.
Damn,
that's awesome.
bro.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So,
it's amazing what happens when you shift small things in your routine, right? Like, so for instance, for me, if I stop drinking, if I give myself this, like, and I don't drink very much, but like I drink often, if that makes sense. So I'm like a light drinker on a consistent basis. So,
got it.
But if I cut that out and then all of a sudden I don't have that, I become much more productive in a lot of different ways, right? Or if I decide I'm going to like crush certain workouts, but I'm going to like cut other things out. It's just so interesting what happens when your balance goes off and where you find more energy and do more things. So
absolutely. Yeah. I'm excited.
That's awesome, dude.
Good for you.
You want some jerky?
Yeah, let's get some jerky.
Let's see it.
Cool. I brought some jerky. It's from Righteous Felon Craft Jerky. I won it on shout out to shut_up_eat, famous cook, chef, excuse me. We got 2. We got the Bourbon Franklin, which would be the Rich Franklin barbecue guy out of Austin, Texas. I believe his restaurant's on 11th Street, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be pretty good. And then we have the Voodoo Chili Carolina Reaper.
Ooh, shit.
I'm ready,
How do you do with hot stuff?
Sounds good. Very good with hot stuff.
That's awesome. I'm ready for this. Paul, did you see that that board I got from our friends over at Stockyard Collection?
Yeah, Garrett, seen it. I got the coaster right here too. Dude, how cool is that?
I know, right?
What a G.
Do you want one?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you one.
A board?
Here you go, buddy.
Oh, man.
That thing is sick.
What a dude.
Yeah.
That epoxy is like ridiculous.
The
on there.
amount, like, dude, I've been holding this for so goddamn long because we haven't done a pod together for 2 weeks.
Show it up. Put it on the.
Here,
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
look at that.
What a G.
There you go, buddy.
All right. Thanks. Let me just put it.
Yeah, put it on top of all that.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, hang on, Chris.
Sorry, I had to try it. It's really good.
She's like, you put it in my face, I have to eat it right
Which
now.
one do you have? She has the voodoo chili.
This is the Bourbon Franklin.
All right, Spencer.
That's bomb.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Bomb.com.
Some serious ASMR stuff going on right now.
Chris,
That's
did
good.
you have breakfast?
No, I haven't eaten yet too. This is it.
Are you
usually
doing
fast.
intermittent fasting?
I don't mean to do that. I just like do it every day.
I do it.
It's like I
back on
forget to
That's
eat
good.
until 11. This has some heat. It goes up
She
and
was
then
like
it
water.
goes down. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
And she's sweating.
This has good. No, this has really good. Like it has like 3 or 4 different flavor profiles. So I like the voodoo one.
That bourbon Franklin has that sweet at the end.
Yeah, that
Let me see
vanilla,
it.
that vanilla bean.
bean.
Yeah, that's good.
Big fan. I approve.
I like this packaging. Good shit. All right, here we go.
Spencer, one of the big
Big old chomper right here.
cameras on you, looking good. The voodoo chili for Spencer.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Was it right away
yeah.
for you? Yeah, it wasn't that spicy for me.
okay, whatever.
I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
All right,
It was
Chris,
okay.
break down the bourbon Franklin
Okay.
with your mouth full of jerky.
All you hear is just chomping.
It's all right. Okay, so this one's pretty good. It has a little bit of bourbon at the end, a little bit of sweet, and then a little bit of vanilla. I'm gonna say like out of the two, I think I like the bourbon better only because you can taste the meat a little bit more. That has a really, really strong profile where
yeah.
if you like really spicy, it's awesome. The good thing about that spice is that it kicks in kind of toward the end and then it mellows out. So
Yep.
it's not too spicy where you can't like enjoy the jerky. Either one, both of these are epic. I like that neither one though is like super sweet because I hate when people put too much sugar
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is epic. Like this
This is really good shit. And what I meant to say is that you can right off the bat tell that there's some heat on it. But yeah, it just kind of it's a nice little flow.
And
It's really good.
For those of you who want to know, it's the soft jerky. It's not the one you gotta tear your teeth
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
It's
That's
real-
the worst. Yeah. No, that's really good.
Cool. Yeah.
There's
stuff.
that place out in Bishop, California.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the jerky fucking palace, whatever it's
Oh, yeah.
called. What is it? Not Magnolia. Mahogany.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
Anytime Mike goes hunting, I guess they always try to pull tags out there, like
Yeah.
near Mammoth.
Oh God.
They come back with all that meat. It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my! And they have like really good smoked salmon too.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh, that salmon.
But you said like the jerky that you gotta like you feel like your jaw's gonna snap off. They've got this stuff called Who's the white boy now, Paul? How dare you?
Got them.
Damn, Paul.
She went down the throat. Fuck.
They got this shit called cowboy jerky or something like that, and it's huge fucking chunks.
Oh.
And it's dude, like you'll sit there for an hour.
I
just
hate
gnawing
that.
it. Yeah,
That's not. And my kids won't eat that stuff. My kids love jerky, but only if it's like soft like that.
yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit. So Paul.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, first I wanted to tell a story that happened yesterday over the weekend. I went to a beer fest out in Orange County, and I was sitting there hanging out, and this guy comes out of nowhere. He goes, "Hey, man, I know you." I was like, "What?" Doesn't look familiar whatsoever. He looked like he had a couple of beers, but he's like, "Hey, man, I know you." And I was like, "From what?" He's the Swallows Festival. They do a big one down there in like South Orange County. I was like, dude, I've never been to one of those.
Would that be a bird festival? Swallows?
Yeah. So they migrate into that area.
San Juan Capistrano.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
sorry.
And so they have a huge Swallows Festival, which is like a huge party scene. And he's like, no, man, you came up to me and told me about the meaning of life and then left.
What?
It's a Spencer move.
Were you with your kid when he said
Yeah.
this? Oh,
Yeah. But I was like,
very weird.
this is actually something I probably would do hammered off my ass, but I've never been to the festival, dude. I don't know what to tell you. But the dude would not. He was like, no, it was you. It
was he tripping?
I have
Was he
no
on
idea.
Acid?
I have no idea.
Likely.
What was the follow-up question?
What was the follow?
Yeah, I don't even know.
You're just like, yeah, man. Because at some point you're gonna be like, yeah, that was me. Like, leave me in the fuck alone.
No, I was just like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. No, the chick he was with kind of like pulled him off, and he was like, all right, see ya. I was like, all right, well, that was an interesting interaction there. But anyway,
So weird.
Your first fangirl.
Yeah,
Your first fangirl.
yeah,
For the wrong reasons.
for all the wrong reasons. Okay, we got so first off, we got some text messages.
Oh shit!
Shout out to all the people that are calling in and texting our our hotline bling. Paul, you got a question directed straight to you.
I'm ready.
Text message.
How'd I get so brown?
Here we go. Paul.
Yeah.
And this kind of plays into what we were just talking about with 75. Is this your first time doing 75 hard? We know that it is. If so, do you think it would be sustainable for you when you finish it? The reason I ask is that I know a few people who have lost tons of weight while doing 75 hard, but then put the weight back on. I noticed that they started food binging harder than before. Second question, will you do any of the other phases to complete the 75 hard? Shout out to Renee. Thank you for that question.
Right on. Thank you, Renee. To answer your question, it's going to fit your individual needs. For me, it was more of a mental check, just to kind of regroup to say I did it. In my little circle, there was a lot of people doing it. I wanted to do it. I wanted the challenge. I wanted to regroup myself, wanted to regather my thoughts, get back in control of my life. There is a certain point in time where you're going to have to say no to people. And that's just because your task. So it's a great way just to kind of to recenter yourself. But yeah, people do lose a lot of weight. For me, it's not the main goal. Obviously, that's a byproduct of when you're working out 2 times a day, whatever diet you choose. So I like it. I'm motivated to go to the gym early in the morning. I look forward to my walks, not every day, but yeah, I don't see myself doing the other challenges. I'm not a big. I think phase 2, you got to like talk to someone for 10 minutes, a stranger. Look, I'm trying to get in and out of the grocery store. I don't know about you guys. You're going to have a guy like Spencer's little fangirl meet up with you, and you're going to be saving lives. Dude, my fucking nose is running from this shit.
Got you good.
I mean, good. And then I think the cold plunge is not my deal. That's not my cup of tea. I want no part of cold water. But could I see myself doing 75 hard again? Yeah, maybe once or twice a year. It's 75 days.
Yeah.
365 days in a year.
Yeah.
It's maybe a third of a.
The reason that you're going to be successful at it, though, is because you're looking at more of a mental reset, right? So going backwards on like this fear of like losing, gaining, whatever, right? People who want instant gratification to lose a lot of weight are going to have a very hard time keeping it on. Okay. I've lost a lot of weight. Like I had 3 kids and then I had a really hard time losing weight after I had Rose. And I had a long variety of issues of that. So I've lost more than 80 pounds now.
Wow.
Like over time, though, you're talking about years, not like an instant thing. And so
you mean I can't do that in a couple months?
You mean there's not a magic pill? It's like constant work, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm a fitness instructor. I work out every single day. I get after it. You're not going to see abs after one day.
Yeah.
It's that consistency. So if your goal going into 75 hard is only to lose weight, then you miss the whole point of it.
Yeah.
You miss the whole thing, right? It's to be more tough. Doing hard shit makes you a better person. Putting forth, like working out isn't just about cutting calories. It's not about like this deficit. Mm-hmm. It's about feeling better about yourself and doing shit that's hard and challenging. And so I think that answering that person's question and you have the right attitude is you're going and doing something mental for yourself, right? And then if you lost some weight, okay, that's cool, like you did, and that's awesome. You're gonna do that because you're working out twice a day, and so you're gonna burn a lot more calories. But that's how I always look at these things.
No, it's solid.
This is not instant gratification. There's no magic pill. It is work, and if you want to lose weight, you could do anything to lose weight, anything, whatever that is. But it has to work for you.
Yeah,
it has to work. So
well said.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, I will say, Renee, I don't know if you've done it or not, but the diet I had adjusted because I was in a calorie deficit and I was losing a little bit too much more weight than I wanted to. So I adjusted. You can adjust things. It's adjustable. It's great. Try it. What's the worst you can do?
Yep. I got a good video for you. We were talking about our foods, and I found this Instagram video of this guy. It's one of those things like, this is what XYZ for this one is your grill, right? So whatever kind of grill you use, this is what it means, you know? So it was pretty, what it says about you, this is pretty good. I saw this, I was like, dude, this would be perfect for Paul right here.
See what you got.
Because Paul pretty much has all these grills. Green egg.
The golf ball.
There you go.
Buddy. That's Paul's go-to right there.
It's a winner.
Oh, Mike's gonna love this video.
This man's
One
a
bag
genius.
of Kingsford.
Is that a Traeger?
Yeah, that's a Traeger. Shots fired.
I love it.
Stripper glitter. See, I love these. The guys who like weld this shit together.
This is so sick. This is like
Yeah.
our dream, is getting one of these.
And the guy just shits on people with who use
Love
propane
it.
grills
Love
and shit
it.
like that.
That's awesome.
That was good stuff. But yeah, I remember seeing, I was like, went down some rabbit hole on like OfferUp or something before I got my pellet grill. Yeah, I'm one of those people. And I saw somebody who had welded this huge smoker, but painted it pink and put like a pig head on it.
Yeah.
Dude, it looked so
Traeger
fucking
used
cool.
to make one.
Really?
You probably saw the Traeger. Traeger makes a pig one.
This
They
one
stopped
was.
making
This
it.
one definitely wasn't a Traeger because it was like you could tell it'd been around and like
Okay.
there was like definitely some like redneck welding was involved. But
We always wanted one of those.
yeah, that's
big
fucking so
ones.
cool.
They're so expensive. from
Oh
Traeger,
yeah,
but
dude,
yeah,
I
they're
couldn't
cool.
even imagine.
Chris,
Yeah.
you get the Traeger tent at the your events.
We do.
Yep.
We have Traeger's involved with the ranch. We love Traeger. We have a lot of grills though, so we're not just defined by Traeger, although we love them and appreciate everything they do for us. So we have a cocina. I don't know if you know what a cocina is. It's basically like when you roast a whole animal underground, it
Yeah.
convection cooks, and you put coals on top, and you can fit like a 110-pound pig or so in there. So we have that. We have a propane, like a big propane, like built-in grill. We have 2 different offset smokers. We have Traegers. We have, I have 6 Traegers. I have 6 different Traegers of different
Jeez.
sizes, just in case. It's just in case. You never know. Do you know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen.
You
Anyways,
just
and then we
might
have-
need 6 Traegers
you
running
might-
at the
you-
same time.
Yeah, you don't know. And then we have a birch barrel.
Those are cool.
The birch barrel's really neat. We really enjoy it. We think it's some of the best flavor that we've had of any of them. And then we have another charcoal one, and then 2 camping grills. It's fine. It's super low key. I mean, it's not that many.
Yeah, definitely not. It's no big deal at
No,
all.
Totally normal.
Well, okay. Well, we've been talking for probably almost an hour already. I wanted to give you what?
Just half hour.
Yeah. So we're always great at this, not giving like a full legitimate introduction on our guests. If you would give our listeners just a little snapshot of just your background and who you are.
Okay, I'll try. I kind of gave you guys already a little bit of piece through them explaining my ranch. So first of all, I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. I'm a wife to a husband that is active duty. He's been in for 19 something years. Very, very proud of his service and everything that he does. I also own a ranch called The Ranch. That simple. That is in Julian. And
Wow, how did you come up with that name? That's crazy.
it's so weird. I mean, we just started calling it The Ranch, and then somebody was like, "What do you call your ranch?" And I'm like, "The Ranch." What the hell is wrong with you? Why would you call it anything else? So I started a meat company. Gosh, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago, called Cook Pigs.
I love the play on words with your
Play on
last name,
words.
Cook.
Yep,
Very good
it's
job.
a play on words. Thank you. I know we do barbecue pigs too, but we don't sell like barbecue meat. We could have always gone into that though, because Cook Pigs could have been a barbecue company.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyhow, so started that company based upon my son's food allergies and problems that he had. I also am celiac disease. I've been gluten-free for 22 years. I only say that because I'm not like that cool and didn't just go gluten-free when it became cool. I truly have an allergy to it. And so anyways, we wanted to change the food system, and we wanted to provide people with pasture-raised, really healthy meats and do this whole thing in Southern California that people haven't done or weren't doing. This is at the beginning of the farm-to-table movement. We were extremely successful. We grew way too quick. Had way too much staff, and our biggest problem ended up being traveling. So we had to bring the pigs for slaughter to a USDA federal facility up in the very tip of Northern California. And what happened is as we grew, we became middlemen in the meat business, and it really didn't work for a long variety of reasons. You either need to be a big guy or a little guy. Middle guys just, it couldn't really work. And so as we looked to expand in Southern California, we had to lose a lot of our moral value system. Whichever way we did it, it didn't feel comfortable, and we didn't like it. And so we downsized. It's what we eventually chose to do. It was the right thing to do. And during that process, my husband was completely burned out from driving to Julian down to Imperial Beach each day. And so we decided to move down the hill and like recreate everything we did. We rented our place out in Julian for many years. And then those people during COVID that were renters there decided that they wanted to move. So we got the ranch back. And this is like 2020, like people were staying at home. And I was like, yes, I got this place back. This is sick. I hate living in the city. I literally hated living in PB. That's where we live. Yeah. Absolutely miserable. And I was ready for like this shift. And Mike was like, we're not moving back there. Like no matter what, you got to come up with a plan. You're like, selling the place, you're going to whatever. And then I was like, let's do Airbnb, VRBO, and let's start these programs. Like Mike's always been a hunter. We've always wanted him to do, hunter safety instructor stuff. We've always taught whole animal education. So this is nothing that's that different for us, but how could we shift this and do this now? Right. And we were selling meat at this time. We were doing home deliveries. Like it all made sense. And so during one of the shutdowns in Southern California, we started these programs at the ranch, and outdoor focused, archery focused, hunting focused, and crushed it. Right? Yeah. Hundreds of people started showing up. And I was like, okay, cool. So there's people that are like me that are not living in fear, that aren't scared of this shit going on, and that like truly need to live. Furthermore, my kids are sitting on Zoom during this time, and it was wrong. They were depressed. They were not doing well, and they needed it. And I'm like, okay, so our whole family, this is working. And each time we did these events, more and more people came, and I would take the little money that we made and I would put it back in and buy something else that's cool and change something else and shift something else. And here we are now, 2 years down the line of doing this, and it has been fucking epic. It literally is probably the happiest part of my life right now. And I really mean that. And I think people gather that when they come to the ranch, and they feel that from me. Cause this is not like I'm just doing this as a work thing, or this is it's fucking epic. And you guys have been there, and know, and when you feel that from people are genuinely happy to be there. They want to connect with people. They want to learn about this shit. And look, over the last 2-something years, if you are not reading all these silver linings of all this bullshit going on and not feeling like you want to take more control of your life, of your food system, of your family, I don't know where you're living. You're living under a hole, and there's a reason that everybody's wanting to buy guns and ammo and bows, right?
And learning how to be sustainable and grow your own vegetables and be able to source your own meat and
self-resilience.
Think about this. During COVID, all of these nurseries were sold out of plants. People are like, wait, this is fucking cool. I can do this. And I don't have to go far. Did a lot of those plants die? Yes, probably. But at least people, they had some kind of will to get into it. And they're going to get back to that, because the shit's not done yet. It's still really weird. And there's all this weird stuff going on. And so being able to create this community and tribe at the ranch, and that ranch is extremely special to me for a lot of reasons anyways, it's epic.
Yeah.
And it's everything that we're, putting time and effort into doing right now. So it's pretty cool.
And Paul and I can speak on behalf of that. When I first reached out to you do this podcast, you first were like, hey, just come to an event first, check it out, check the vibe. And we were hooked right out of the gates, dude. It is a really, really magical place. The vibe there is just, everyone's there for the right reasons. There's no egos. Everyone's there to just vibe, hang out. swap stories, give suggestions if they need, if it's solicited, it's just such a great spot, and just everyone's there for the right reasons.
Yeah, it is. And, I take a lot of pride in the no ego thing, because it is a place where people are going to be people. You can be a human. If you have 1 million followers, you have 1 follower, or whatever your goals are in life, or whoever you are. It's a really cool, safe spot where everybody can just be who they are. Political things, all of that's gone. It's just to live free. Living free is our motto. I've kind of come up with that over the last 2 years, and I think it's accurate. Living free for everybody is different. For me, living free is taking control of my food system, living sustainably, living as free from the government as possible, and having my own options, right? Like really understanding how I can be. Because there is a point, and it may not be in our lifetime. According to Joe Rogan, it is in our lifetime. But I think that, for our kids' lifetime, it's going to happen. There's gonna be something hard that happens. And I mean really hard, not like COVID hard, staying at home, fucking sitting on Zoom. That's not hard. That was stupid. All of this it's been ridiculous, okay? And COVID's not scary, by the way. COVID's ridiculous. Okay, Ebola's scary. I'm scared of Ebola. You start telling me that people are dropping dead, bleeding out of their nose and like their ear. No, thank you. I don't want any of that. Yeah, I would stay at home. But COVID was not scary basically from the beginning. So all I'm saying is that in my kids' lifetime, I believe they're going to have to eventually understand how to live without YouTube, off the land, start fires, do things that are hard.
Yeah.
And basically should be life skills for everybody. But that's not what's happening in public schools, especially in Southern California.
Yeah,
they're being taught to social distance, always go on computers. They're taught to only think in one way politically, one way. They're not free thinkers anymore. They're not debaters. They're not going through anything like we went through when we were younger. And it's really terrifying. And so my whole goal with my children and people's children and all that next generation that's coming to the ranch is to continue that. Make them live free and be free thinkers so that like the world doesn't go to shit.
Yeah.
There's still some people that will be able to, survive and make decisions and be alpha, right? Really be able to be lions, not sheep. Because in hard situations, when things come up, who are you going to be? What does that look like for you, right? I mean, what happens? Do you run? Are you going to be the person that's crying and you need to be taken care of? Or are you going to fucking do something? Are you going to stand the fuck up and be like, I got this shit. I'm in charge. I don't care if you're a woman, a man, a fucking kid. Pull your own weight. You know what I mean? What are you going to bring to the table when shit happens?
Damn, dude, Krys got me fired up right now, dude.
I'm ready to hit pause and
Let's
just go do
go.
something, build something, or fucking fire.
Let's go shoot some shit right now. Fuck, dude.
Right now, let's fucking go.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah,
That was fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to be listening to this saying.
And what was
fuck
cool
yes.
about the event that Spencer and I went to is you didn't just invite it to adults only. You recognize you're putting that seed into the youth.
That's the most important.
And the first thing you started off with, Pledge of Allegiance. Let me get out with that. And then, and that was awesome. Thank you. And then you had the how do I word it? The goat. You had the
breakdown,
the butchering, and all the kids are involved. They weren't. There's a few maybe kind of looky-loos, but everyone was getting their hands dirty and bloody in there and really breaking it down.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And I think that's one of the things that separates you from like other 3D shoots is like, 3D shoots are great. The vibe's great. People are there to have a good time. But then you add that other layer where it's like, okay, now let's like teach you some real life shit where like you're stranded or shit has really hit the fan and you're in a place where, dude, you've got to survive. You're passing off these skills to the youth because you're right. Like that's where it is. You got to plant those seeds in the youth. I think that was so cool that you're able to do those things. And again, like people are showing up from all over the place. It's not just a Southern California thing.
No, it's kind of crazy. It's grown exponentially, very quickly. And we've had all kinds of people now offer like, if you ever want to expand, we invest, which is extremely humbling and I'm very grateful for, but that's not where we're at. And that's not where we want to be right now. And I'm not saying down the line, there's like something, but we max at 200 to 250 people or whatever the number is, right? Each time. And it's pretty special.
Yeah.
Because it is little.
Yeah.
Right. And it sells out and people want to come, and we have people flying in from
so
nationwide, all over the place. Like we have a women's event that's in, oh gosh, 10
April.
days now,
Yeah,
2 weeks.
7th,
I don't
right?
know. It's really soon. Holy shit. I got a lot to do for that. Anyways, I'm starting to prep for that. I'm starting to prep for that tomorrow, not today. So, but point being, people are flying in from everywhere, all over the United States for that. We sold out in like, I don't know, a few hours, and that's awesome. Cool. And that whole women's thing now has taken a life of its own. So that's going to have its own thing like 3 or 4 times a year. We have Fieldcraft Survival that wants to get involved.
Shout out to Mike Glover over there. That's awesome.
It's freaking awesome. I mean, huge for us. And a few other really exciting people that are coming in to teach things in Southern California. They never thought they'd be able to have a platform in Southern California.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's kind of like we created a counterculture of sorts. To me, it's not counter. This is the fucking culture. There is no counter. This is like who we are. This is what we do. And so, but it's cool for me because I'm learning shit too. And I'm not going to lie about that. This isn't stuff all that I'm educated on or that I can educate on. So like the women's thing, there's some educators coming who I'm like, I want to learn.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I get to like sit there and I get to learn from this too. And so it's really something that I'm interested in, and it's my passion. And so that is why the tribe has been built. That is where that all stems from. And that's real. You can't make that shit up. And it's hard for anybody else to recreate there, except for me, because I love it so much. And then that's what conveys. And that's why people want to be a part of it.
How empowering do you think it is when you see a female? Because not all of them are going to be Nikki Selby's or like yourself, where this is almost like a way of life. But you get that Susie homemaker, if you will, that's stepping out, reaching to you in the DMs, or maybe they show up to your event and they're like, "Hey man, like," or excuse me, "Hey Krys, I don't know much about this, but I just want to learn."
Well, that happens all the time now. So I would say that like there's a huge turnaround with females now. So, and a lot of it has to do with me and other females like Nikki. Nikki is so approachable. Okay, so let me go. I'm good friends with Nikki. Me and Nikki have become close, and Nikki, like myself, when you show up at my ranch, and I want to repeat this, the egos are done. There is none. So yeah, so there's a woman there's a woman who I'm going to give like an example. A woman will come up to me with her kids. She's there with her husband. Her husband's cheating. I have been staying at home with my kids. I used to work before I had kids. I have been dying for a hobby, for something for myself, right? Like just really want it. Like I'm 40 now and I really want to get into something for myself. Like I work out in the day while the kids are at school, but like there's something that I'm craving and I'm not ready to go back to work yet. My husband's military or they're a firefighter or whatever, right? So there's a reason that they're staying at home because the guy's gone so much. I relate to that. But then all of a sudden they pick up a bow and they're like, wait, I can do this. This is my time. Wait, now that I've done this, I kind of want to kill something, but I don't want to go hunting with my husband because he's too intense, which by the way, that's me. I do not want to go hunting with Mike. Mike, I love you. I want zero to do with his hunts. Okay. Him and my brother do the gnarliest hunts. I want zero to do with it, but I want to do stuff on my own. Right. Yeah. And I want to do stuff with my kids and be able to include them. So this happens all the time now. It empowers women by seeing other women, and then it's approachable, right? Because no, I didn't grow up doing this and I didn't do it my whole life. And so it's something that I took on because of Mike. Mike inspired me, but in a different way. Like I didn't want to do it like him. And that's totally fine. I don't have to do it like him. I respect that he is who he is and he can do like way more hardcore shit than I can. And he likes to feel like he's going to die. That's awesome. I do not want to feel that way. So, you know,
and there's like backcountry hunters, man. Like, why are you doing this to yourself?
Yeah. Like his hunts, like it's the stories are ridiculous to me. I'm like, that doesn't sound fun. Like that doesn't sound like a vacation. And him and my brother are like, we ran out of water. Then we had to figure this out. And we slept on a rock. I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh, we got charged by a bear. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I'm like, no, and move on. But you know, so we get this all the time from women and men, by the way, that come up to the ranch and then their kids. Yeah. All of a sudden they're going to buy them a bow and then they're doing it. And so those tiny little inspirational stories make everything good for us because I'm like, okay, we're on the right track and people are getting more connected. They're like understanding it more and they're pushing themselves. My biggest thing with women, and especially at this women's event, is not the girls who are coming that are like super successful already in the outdoors. Because there are some that are coming, they're like...
Yeah, Nicole, right?
Right.
Nicole,
Dana,
Nikki, Dana, yeah.
They're educators, right?
Dana Kirksey?
Yep. My wife's going to be there. Yeah, right.
But those women have already, like me, like they're very, they've already gone down the path. Those are not the people that I'm concerned about. The people that I want to connect to and I want to inspire are the women who really feel at a standstill or they feel lost. Okay, because same with this weight loss journey, like we talked about earlier. People go on these journeys, right? And they're looking for somebody to help them, to connect them, to like show them that it's not so hard. And this is the exact same with the outdoors. You got to just build blocks. You got to just get one little thing, get confident at it, and do another little thing. And there's point in time in a lot of women's lives after you have kids that you get stuck because you're sitting at home with the kids and then that becomes your job. But then what about you as your kids get older? Because my kids are older now, and it's badass because they're a part of everything I do, literally everything. I can include them in, and I want to include them in everything. But there was a time when I remember they were 2 years old, 4 years old, and I'm like, fuck, is this it? Like, is this really what's going to happen? Like, are we just changing diapers? And like, there goes my husband again on another hunting trip. And I'm like, please bring us home meat. We need meat. But I'm like, God, that sounds amazing. Like, I know my day is going to come where I can do that. And I can do that on my own. And here I am. So anyways, that's my most profound, like, inspirational, group is the people that are just getting into it. Yeah. And it's really cool.
Yeah. And again, like the vibe of once you get into the ranch, like, again, no egos. It doesn't matter if you're seasoned or like you just want, and I try to plug your ranch all the time with people where like, dude, just come out. Like, you don't have to shoot, just come out and just hang out and you'll get it.
Yep.
You'll get it. I think the women's thing is very, very interesting too. And I think having a hobby is one of the most important things, or multiple hobbies. And then it goes in the opposite direction, right? Where you have too many fucking hobbies and then you're fucking broke. But I think it's so important to have something that makes you happy and it's harmless and it's something that's going to make you better. I think that's so important to have, because if you don't, like you said, like, is this all we do? Just fucking change shitty diapers and fucking put on repeat. Like,
it's super important. If working out is a hobby for you, if that's something that makes you feel good mentally, right? Clarity wise, like your body feels good, then you should be doing that every day. Like, no matter what, you should move your body every day. But I'm just saying that, like, that's awesome. But there's a lot more, right? So again, there's no reason to be stagnant in life. You should be constantly growing intellectually and physically. And so, shooting your bow or shooting guns or hunting, like working up for hunting, that literally is huge. And that's why a lot of guys who are active duty and veterans, they love hunting, especially when they get out. And it's an amazing transitional tool because it actually is like a workup for deployment.
It's a new mission.
It's a mission. You have to work out for it. You got to pack for it. You got to rec for it. But
there's
then you
planning,
don't come home.
There's strategy to it. There's all these things that need to go into play. And I can totally see how that's like, it's like their next best thing.
But it's a really positive thing where they're not coming back with a lot of emotional trauma, right? They could come back bummed out if they miss something, and that's okay. Like, that's great. Defeat is good. That's going to make you stronger. Yeah. But they don't come home with all this PTSD and brain trauma. So it's a really amazing transitional tool. And that's part of the foundation that I'm on at Nodens Outdoors. And that's what we give back to these guys. It's a 2-year program where they're getting out of the military and they learn hunting, bow hunting from start to finish. None of them have ever done it as a transitional tool, and that's awesome. Really, really healthy tool for them to learn and live with. So anyways, that's part of what we do at our ranch as well. So.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see how that organization grows too, because I know it's relatively newish. Yeah.
They're on year 2.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's been huge for me to be a part of. And I love all the guys on the board, and it's been awesome to actually see now how the guys have responded to it, what their responses were, and it's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah. Something I wanted to dive into with the women's retreat. So I know that you are very passionate about building strong, independent women, especially here in the outdoors. But are you familiar with the Leah Thomas, the transgender swimmer? Are you aware of the story?
It took me a second. I was like, is he going there? Is he bringing up the swimmer? Is there a Leah Thomas?
We're going there.
We're going there.
Yes, I've seen and heard of this person. Yes,
So this is my take. Okay.
She's done. She's like, I want that drink
He's
now.
he's really about to take me down a dark hole, but go ahead.
Well, no, so this is...
I have some shit to say. Go
okay,
ahead.
okay, good.
Go ahead.
Good.
I got some shit to say about it.
Okay. I was a little
You know
worried
me.
where you're like,
You
please
know
don't put
me.
me in this position.
No, you know me.
Yeah, no.
She's rolling up
So
the
here's
sleeves.
my thing. And so I've had a background in athletics for pretty much my entire life.
Shout
but
out.
women's sports, and this is not a dig whatsoever, but I truly do feel like this is factual. Women's sports barely has a pulse. Okay. And allowing something like this with Leah Thomas to come into play does not help women's sports whatsoever. And it's so hard to see because, you've got a daughter.
Yep.
Maybe I'll have a daughter at some point. They're going to get to a point where they're going to be so frustrated and just unmotivated to participate in these women's sports because of these. Like, where are we going to draw the line with these? Why
would you even participate? I wouldn't. I played soccer all the way through high school, and if dudes were playing on my team, then I wouldn't have played because that's not fair. That's not the point.
Exactly. Like, call it what you want. I know there's outliers, but like, dudes are built different, and especially
100%.
when it comes to athletics, like there's going to be an advantage.
100%.
And you're seeing it now with collegiate athletes, female collegiate athletes who are actually putting their foot down and saying like, this is not fucking okay. And they're writing letters and they're doing this, that, and the other. And it's like, where are we going to draw the line? Because if it keeps happening, where do we say like, okay, you're allowed like 5 roster spots for transgenders? Like, is that where we're going? Because again, it's going to absolutely demoralize an already, with female sports, like it's going to just fuck everything up.
Well, this is kind of what I just talked about. And I'll go backwards because I just talked about my brother and Mike going on hunts, right? And I said that I don't feel comfortable with doing that. So they're built differently than I am. And I'm totally fine with that. Also, Mike is a lot stronger than me at a lot of things. And I need his help, right? But I'm helpful in a lot of ways, mentally and not as much physically. That's okay because we balance each other out. It's totally fine. I respect him for what he's got. He respects me for what I got.
Well, and if you're in a relationship with someone or just in a team atmosphere, you don't want all of the same people to have all of the same fucking traits. And
well, that would be pointless. Then what are you doing? You're not working together.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're all really good at lifting things. Okay, well, what if we have to push something or we have to fucking build something or use our brain? Like, we're fucked.
Totally.
You need people to bring different things to the table so you can be one fucking unit.
I think that this whole situation with transgendered and look, however you feel about yourself and however you want to be, I'm completely supportive no matter what. That's like, if one of my kids, decided they were gay or they were transgender or whatever that is, that's on them. If that's something they're born with and that's something they feel, that's something they feel. Now, going into competitive sports, that is not fair. That is, no matter which way you throw it, that is not fair. It's not fair for females. And I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So, and it's defeating. And to be honest with you, if this continues the way that it continues, and Rose was like really into swimming or really into whatever, as a parent, I would just be like, you're never going to win.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not fair. That's why numbers and scores and everything are different for females to males.
Yeah.
It is different.
That's why there's a WNBA and not just a NBA.
Exactly. So, I don't think it's fair. And it's part of our times right now. Whether that changes or not, I have no idea. Right now, my daughter is not competitive with stuff that she does, but I think as a parent, like that's definitely something on my forecast of like how you explain that, because that is not fair game. It's not fair game.
Yeah.
However somebody feels about themselves and wants to be, that's fine. They
don't give a fuck.
Literally, like, I don't care. Like, your body, your choice. Like, I don't care if you have the vaccine. I don't care if you have 4 vaccines. I literally don't give a shit. If that makes you feel better and you've done your own research, good for you, right? If you don't have 1 vaccine, I think that's also good for you. I just don't fucking care. I literally don't care about people. I really don't. I don't. I go in a store and if somebody's being a Karen and they're yelling at somebody else about a mask, I'm like, I feel bad for them. Yeah. I do. I feel bad for them. Unless they yell at me. That's a different situation. Because then I'm going to have something to say to them. Or my kids. I've had multiple people yell at my kids not wearing a mask. That's like, then I have a little bit.
Mama bear.
Yeah, a little different. Yeah. But I'm just saying in general, people should care a little bit less about other people.
Yeah.
And just start focusing on their own shit. This has been a really crazy 2 years of canceling people.
Yeah.
This cancel thing is crazy this Karen, quote unquote Karen term is a real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's people are crazy. They've lost their fucking minds and they just feel like they're going to tell everybody what to do. They're going to do whatever they want to do. And it's totally fine, but it's not fucking fine. And, and this sports thing is also not fucking fine. It's not okay. It's anyways, that's my opinion.
I saw an image of Leah Thompson they're going off the blocks.
Seen that.
And it's all women, obviously, except for him. All the women are already like heading into the water, like they've broken water, and he's still fucking flying through the fucking air.
Feet
like 2 or 3 feet above all the women. It's like, how the fuck do you think that's going to play out?
My dad was a professional swimmer. He tried out for the Olympics. He was, swam his whole life, and he's just beyond, upset about all of this. It doesn't make any sense. It's not, anyways, it's not okay.
But it's
yeah.
again, where do we go? Where are we going to go from here? Like, I think I saw this in Ukraine. Transgenders in Ukraine, they're not allowed to fucking leave because they're like, all women and children get out of here, go to safety. But they're like, if you're a biological male, you have to stand and fight.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that. And then there's this big uproar. And I'm just like, dude, see, this is where we're at. It's fucking shit sandwich, dude.
Oh, man.
So ridiculous.
Well, our president can't finish a sentence. So there's a lot of things going on. So I can't comment. It's like so much for my brain space.
Yeah.
I watch the news like once a week just to like see what's happening. And I'm like, is this for real?
Yeah.
Every week, I think that something's going to happen. We're going to like stabilize out and something's going to be like quote unquote normal. And then I'm like, what is happening? Wait, what just happened? Is that really something that he said? Is that really something? But it is. And so, it's just dumb on dumber. It literally just keeps getting dumber layered. Yeah. And this is part of my whole thing at the ranch is not being dumb, right? Consistently trying to make yourself smart and take control of things.
Your new motto.
Yes.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb on dumber. This is just like layers on dumbness. It's like, shit.
Be free. Don't be dumb.
That's a good.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Don't be dumb,
Ranch. Yeah. I just want to get your take on that because I know like this is something you're very passionate about is building strong, independent women and being able to fend for yourself.
Not fair. Yeah.
Yeah. And just everything that's been coming out about it. It's just like, dude, like what in the fuck are we talking about here?
I know. It's just
ridiculous.
I just feel like so tired from all of it.
So it is. It's
that's
so
part
exhausting.
of that's part of what I'm tired from. But yes, it's too much and it's terrible for those women that have worked their entire lives.
Right.
It's terrible, but it's part of the times. So it's, again, just add it. You just got to add it to part of the times. Do I think eventually things are going to change? I hope so. I don't know anymore.
Do we actually think?
I don't know.
Paul, do you think so?
I think people like Krys who are empowering a population that is seeing through the bullshit will be disciplined to withstand the time.
We the people,
yeah.
Yeah,
and you empower those versus those who are reacting off emotion. Emotions come and go.
Yeah.
But if we have some discipline and we have some structure, people like Krys empowering other people that are there scratching the surface. Like Krys said, she loves that blank page that comes to her and says, I want this. I don't know where to start. Help me. Mm-hmm. These are the people that are strength in numbers, that we the people, that we can unify and we can turn this thing around. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Reminds me of we're gonna have him on. We got to meet him last time, Sean Fredrickson.
You are?
Yeah, we were able to link.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear that podcast.
Yeah, so
he is so amazing, you guys. You have to tune in for that podcast. I mean, listening to him speak it's unbelievable.
Yeah. No,
he like gives me chills
awesome.
even just thinking of him.
So Paul, you missed out as though it was when we were all shooting in the snow.
Yeah.
Julian. And he actually came up and he's just getting into archery as well. It sounded like
he just got into it.
Yeah, it's very cool. And he during lunchtime, and people are just like huddled around trying to stay warm. He came out and talked about just kind of like this big freedom movement that we're seeing. And we are seeing that. We are seeing a rise in freedom where, people are like, dude, like, yeah, okay, I was on board with the shutdown and okay, the masking thing seemed all right at one time, but like, it's just like piling on and people are like, okay, enough is enough already. Like, I'm fucking over it. Like they're trying to, like Ukraine and Russia thing happened. And then, people don't really care about that anymore. They're like, oh yeah, COVID again, another strand, another fucking blend of COVID is coming out now. And people are like, no, it's not. You're making this shit up. You're trying to control us. But anyway, getting to hear Sean talk about that, and it was only for a little while, and the dude is awesome. He's got his own deal. He's got his own YouTube channel. It's called We the People ?
We the People, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
We're very aligned with Sean.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
Yeah, we're very aligned with like his whole crew of people and what they're doing, because what they're doing, the reason it's important, especially for us Southern California people, is that instead of leaving Southern California, why don't we fight for Southern California and make changes, positive changes, right? I can bitch all day on here, and I go through phases on social media where like I get super negative, and then I'm like, okay, this is doing nothing. Like this is your own problem. Shut up. This is you.
Yeah.
How can you make proactive differences with your voice? And what I'm doing at the ranch, I already know is making differences. I really intentionally think before each event what my message is and what I'm going to say. I don't go in with some bullshit like, oh, this is really profound. I have 200 people here. Let me just let them, oh, everybody party. Woo, let's go. No, it's like, I'm going to have some shit to say today. And I'm going to think about that all week. And then I'm going to present that. And I'm going to have something that people are taking away that's more than just like, oh, I came to this like archery event. I shot my bow. No, you didn't just shoot your bow. You're a part of something bigger. Yeah. And what that is I don't know, right? Like there's a 3% movement. Those people, like We the People, very similar, right? They revolted. They fought against what was happening. What happens in our society now is eventually people are going to get sick of it. People said this in the beginning of COVID. It was kind of like, oh, I'm like, look, here's what's happening now. Our economy is crashing. It is terrible.
No,
not at all. Not at all.
Everything is fine.
Our diesel is only $6.50 a gallon. It's not a big deal.
Hey,
it's totally fine.
I'll pay more if it holds Putin responsible.
Totally.
Okay.
It is his fault. I know it is his fault. But if you think about it, what's going to drive people crazy is going broke. We don't have any money anymore. Everybody was giving all these weird stimulus checks out like over COVID when people didn't need it, and they were making more money on unemployment than working, but all that cushion's gone now. And these blue collar people like myself who work super, super hard, can't afford to get to work anymore, then have to actually go on unemployment, and there's no money in unemployment.
Now
dude, just go buy an EV, man. That's all you got to do.
Totally, it's fine. It's totally fine.
You can't afford gas? Well, just buy a $50,000 electric car. You're fine.
It's fine. And California invites homeless people. We have more money for them anyways than criminals. So you just go down that route. You're totally fine. You're going to get funded by our taxes. But I'm just saying that there is a point where people lose their minds. They get really upset about this stuff that's going on. And so there needs to be a way that you can positively use your voice, you know, and be a good human and make differences. I have 3 kids. I am not okay with any of it, you know, but I can raise them in my control under my voice of what I think is important for them to know. And so, you know, and everybody else you have that option. You're not stuck. Everybody has options, whatever works for you. But we're trying not to leave Southern California. You know, I love where my ranch is. I love you. I love you. I love our tribe. I love, you know, I don't want to restart. I don't. Yes, taxes are better other places. Yes, it's cheaper other places. It's also that you're not at the beach and you're not in the mountains in what? An hour.
Yeah, that's what we talk. We say that all the time. And and again, you were in Calabasas. That's right. We had our LA connection where like I grew up in Topanga.
Like right next to each other.
And probably ran into the same crowds at some point because you and I are not too different from age with that as well. But
you went to Palisades.
Palisades, right? Pacific Palisades High, and you were at Calabasas.
Calabasas, yeah. Well, I also went to Utah because I was a bad kid.
That's right.
But actually, that's where my whole love for outdoors came in. So this is where my first introduction to like really being in the outdoors was when I got sent away in high school to Utah. And it was profound for me. And that actually inspired me my whole life. And that was really how I wanted to raise my kids because I didn't have a lot of that growing up. In Calabasas, I mean, we lived on an acre and a half and that was awesome. It was beautiful off of Mulholland Highway right near you. But I mean, it was a really cool experience for me in high school because everybody that was like our counselors there, they were super into hunting and fishing and like knew the opening day. And I remember like listening and going, this is like badass. I kind of want to hunt. Like, I kind of want to be into this. And then I met Mike down the line and it was like, but that was like a huge portion of my life that totally shifted me into rethinking like healthy, you know, hobbies and doing different things. And so it was actually the best thing that ever happened to me going to Utah and graduating there. So anyways,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, yeah, with LA, you know, I get caught up in this all the time where it's like, oh, like it would be easier to just leave and just, you know, start over and go to a place that, you know, it's cheaper to live. Maybe it's nicer. You know, we're not dealing with the homeless population or just fucked up politics, you know, but then again, LA native or California native, you know, growing up in Topanga Canyon, where I'm like, no, like this fucking state is so rad. It has the potential to be so fucking great. Like, why would I fucking leave? And I say that, and I don't know if I told you this, 6 of my neighbors just on this block are all bouncing.
Yeah, I bet.
They're all bouncing.
Yeah.
One, because they can sell their fucking house for twice as much as it's worth right now. But again, that's only going to work if you're moving out of, you know, you can't go buy something else right now in California because again, the prices are so jacked up. But it's like, no, I want something to happen. I want that change to happen in California because again, you can be in sand, snow, a lake, an ocean, anywhere with all in an hour or so's drive. Like that's why people want to come here because it's such a great fucking state, but politics are fucking crushing it, dude. It's terrible.
I mean, I think that it will shift. I don't know how much. It's always going to be this way to a certain degree, right? Yeah. But this is where we're at for right now. Like this is where we're all at. And so we need to try to make it the best that we can and have good attitudes because negative attitudes are going to do nothing. That doesn't like create any changes, right? And your affirmation and your intention is everything. And so I try to I get negative just like everybody else. And 100% I could go down the rabbit hole right now talking about Gavin Newsom. Or Governor.
I like that.
Governor.
Yeah.
I always call him that, Governor. I also call him dictator a lot, but sorry. Yeah. Anyways, I don't need to get negative. My point is...
I usually call him fuckface or something like that. It's a different name, but yeah.
I spend quite a bit of energy on Pelosi and him, but I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole. So, and she's so
old Skeletor.
Nasty. What's happening? What's happening with her little, I don't know, why was she doing that? Dude. Does anybody know why? Because he was saying something that doesn't have
and she randomly stood up and just started rubbing her knuckles together.
What is wrong with anybody that's in government? I mean, they're mentally gone.
They're all fucking leeches, dude.
Yeah.
I could have a better speech than Biden on most days.
Oh my God,
if you saw his speech in Poland, I literally was embarrassed.
Well, every time I see a sound clip, I'm like, no, that's real. That can't be real. It can't be real.
He said that the line, I believe in the Constitution, I may say this wrong, about men are all equal, is cheesy. He actually said but for no reason, and then changed the subject. And I was like, what did he just say? Yeah. Wait, what? Hold on.
But then mainstream media is going to just be like, no, just keep going with COVID. Go support Ukraine. You know.
Well, anyways, but I'm not going to go down that hole. So it's too much government, involvement now. I never used to even care about this stuff, honestly.
Same,
my family's
same
libertarians. They're pretty they want the government to stay out of
my life.
Yeah. We veer a little bit more right, but I mean, just stay the fuck out of my life. That's great, right? Yeah. So less government involvement is better in my opinion. Period.
Quick ad, real quick, is we've seen California really hinder the middle class population, the blue collar. So we all took a hit, and with gas prices, and then with the economy, we drove off a lot of people to go out of state. But we also seen California not being friendly for businesses. Businesses are fleeing here, and it's you're driving work out of California. It's sad.
Well, Tesla was the last one, and they just recently bounced.
Oh, Tesla, Frito-Lay. I mean, all these big employers that have.
You got to be ultra rich to survive here. That's the way that they've made it. It's not friendly for people like all of us who have design. Normal. You know what I mean? And I mean ultra rich, making over $1 million a year. I'm not talking about you're, or more than that probably. Yeah. I don't know. That's out of our forecast, but anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be awesome. You guys are having Sean on because he's going to have so much good feedback for your listeners, and that's going to be an awesome podcast for anybody in California to be able to tune into and just get some inspiration and some guidance on not being stuck and being able to be proactive for yourself and your family. So.
For sure. When he was speaking at your last event, he was like, "Hey, raise your hand if you can tell me this amendment or this amendment." And people were like, "Fuck, dude, I don't really know a whole lot about." Even for me, I sparked. I was like, "Fuck, I need to go freshen up on that shit."
Yeah, no, I think we all do probably. Yeah, no, he knows the shit. It's gonna be cool for you guys. I'm excited for that. Good.
I wanted to switch up, go back to archery for a second. You got the opportunity to go hang out with the GOAT, John Dudley.
Did.
How was that, dude?
It was really cool. So I'll go backwards on that a little bit. John Dudley came out to my ranch to shoot before that. So before I went to see him. And And I actually didn't have a lot of like forecast and know who he was, which was a great thing because I just met him as like a normal person. I wasn't like super starstruck. His wife is absolutely amazing. Sharon, became friends with them. And then I shot with them at Big Sky. So I have never had a new bow ever. I just get like used shit. Like somebody's like, hey, Krys, like I'm going to sell this. And I'm like, Mike, I'm thinking to upgrade. And he's like, you should buy a new one. Anyways, never bought a new one. And that's partly because I didn't want to spend money on myself. I always want to spend money on Mike and my kids. But Mike for Christmas set the whole thing up.
What?
Yeah.
What a guy.
That was a gift from him. And that was really, we don't get each other gifts for Christmas. So like, that was really cool. He actually contacted John and was like, I think that Krys, needs a bow.
Yeah.
And he's like, send her out. Okay. So I went out and I had no idea what was going to happen. Basically, me and John just set the whole thing up. And he's like, all right, I got a plan for you. Like, you're staying with me. This is what's happening. I'm like, cool, let's go, So you show up, we have dinner the next day. He's like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to, build a whole bow. That's what you're going to do. Cool. You're going to build your bow and then you're going to help me build other bows. And we had both just gotten over COVID and I got really sick from COVID. I have an autoimmune stuff, so it wasn't like a big surprise to me, but he got really sick too. So we were both kind of like low key, if that makes sense, a little low energy, but it was rad. So he taught me how to build my bow, string my bow, use the bow press, fletch arrows, cut arrows, cool. Everything about every single piece, the cams, how you shift the cams. And he had built my bow, which is the Levitate. It was
PSE,
like
right?
PSE, with custom cams because the draw length is a little bit long for me on the normal cams and it was too much weight. So it was awesome. It was a great experience. And then he worked with me for, I would say, most of a day on form. So he basically restructured my whole form. So I was doing some interesting things. I've always held the bow pretty light, except I was holding it over my lifeline. So I was getting a lot of like lateral shifts from that. So he retaught me how to hold it. And then
how'd that go?
It was good. I mean, it's still something I'm working on. I'm still working on that. That's something that's not easy for me because
you got to completely relearn everything.
Yeah. So I'm still working on just holding it right here and then my fingers being dead because naturally I want to flex my thumb and then flex my fingers. It's really weird. Like I want to hold it like this. I want to hold it right here.
Yeah.
Not
that's
right
like
here.
such a natural slot for a lot of people.
So I still like consciously have to work on that. My feet position was pretty good and I always like stayed really square. I'm very like intuitive of form, partly because I'm a fitness instructor. So like if in my mind I need to be square, I'm going to be square. I'm not going to like reposition my body a lot. So my drawback was always pretty good. I went from a trigger release to a hand release, which was huge in learning that. I also had target panic and I also triggered a lot. So we went backwards on all of that and I really learned how to like follow through, understand what my back wall is, use my lats better, use my deltoids better, really use my core correctly. And then the biggest thing was that I was putting too much pressure on my face onto the strings. I was like pressing against it. And so how to keep your head in like one solid line, not be scared or like move your head at all. And then just gently, touch the tip of the nose. And so we took a long time on that, like a long time. It was epic. I mean, honestly, awesome. It was huge for me. I shoot so much better. I'm still working on things. I'm still doing a lot of reps. But it was an epic experience, really. Yeah, I learned from him very well.
He's a good instructor, I'm sure.
He's very good. He's very direct. Yeah. So he's very black and white. And I personally respond. I don't think all females would respond to that very well, as like they might get like intimidated or scared. But I went there extremely open, and I was like ready. I mean, that's what I wanted was constructive feedback. So he does a very good job at like balancing me with like positive, and then constructive. But like when he gave me positive, I knew I did it right. He wasn't bullshitting. He wasn't like, you're doing really great. Like you're
great job.
There's a participation.
Yeah. He's like, no fucking trophies for trying. You're going to do this. You're this and that. And he knew exactly on my body kind of like where to tell me to be aware of. So he'd watch me and be like, okay, that's great. Now you just need to relax. This a little more. It was awesome. So,
and for those of you who don't know, John Dudley's good friends with Joe Rogan. He's
and the Jockos.
He was a national Olympic champion.
Yeah.
No,
he's
in archery.
He's been doing archery and hunting like his whole life.
Literally his whole life.
His whole life. I mean, he's absolutely epic and knows. it's what he knows. Do you know what I mean? It's his baby. It's not just something that he's like bringing up, and he really knows about like competition and hunting, and like he can give you format and advice on whatever you're doing. But he has the School of Knock, you guys, and that is a free platform basically on YouTube, which is phenomenal. My kids have done so well learning, and it's what I went through was a School of Knock just with him. But I mean, you can learn so much on those videos, depending on what you want to do, like paper tuning. Even he has a video on that. You can do a ton, whether you're in an advanced place or you're at a beginner place. It's amazing.
That's how I truly did learn how to shoot my bow is YouTube University. And the amount of videos I would watch from John, and he's just so great. It's very direct, like do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, and anytime somebody reaches out to me about archery, like, hey, I want to get into it, I'm like, okay, go start watching his videos now, because you're not going to find any better videos explaining shit.
No, you're not. I mean, he's the man. He's a legend. I mean, that's really,
he is the fucking goat.
He's a legend. And, you know, like I said, I can't even tell you how much I learned and how epic of a learning experience it was. Also, I love my bow. I mean, it's the first bow I've ever felt like is mine, and I really feel connected to. And that may sound
new car
weird.
Smell, you know?
Yeah, but that may sound weird to people, but some bows that I've had, I've never connected to, and I've always felt like I didn't fully trust them. And so this bow, like, I love and I trust, and I just like, I don't know, I shoot it really well, and I think it's just because like everything that he's taught me, each step now is just like in my head. Yeah, each step. And so it was an amazing, like once in a lifetime experience.
Legitimately,
it really was.
Yeah,
literally.
So many people like wish they could have been in your shoes.
Yeah, it was, and it was awesome. It was amazing that Mike thought of that, because it was definitely something like I never talked about doing. I talked about to him at Big Sky. He was like, eventually you need to come out. Like you're a super strong chick. Like you just need a little bit of tweaking. Like he watched me shoot. And so it was just really cool. It was very thoughtful. Really cool. And Mike stayed with the kids that weekend, which was nice for them too. So, you know, he had just been home from deployment, I think. So it was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. We got a voicemail. You guys ready? All right, here we go. This is actually, I don't have a name, so we're just going to go for it.
Hey, PODDYMOUTH gang. This is Aaron down here in SoCal.
There you go.
I leave in Powerhouse Gym at 10:30 in the morning because I'm not psychopath Paul.
This goes 4 a.m. gym time.
About a month and a half. What would you guys rather do for a milestone birthday? Either do something big or something chill. I'm thinking about climbing Mount Whitney, which is the largest mountain in North America, or hopping a flight and going somewhere chill. What do you guys think?
Mount Whitney.
Mount Whitney?
Yeah. Duh. Yeah.
What do you got, Paul?
Go big, brother.
Yeah.
Might as well go out with a bang. You can chill any day of the week. The opportunity to go big it's going to come.
Epic.
You know, we're not guaranteed to be able to walk here next day or whatever. So just while you can do it, man.
Be epic.
Yeah,
do epic shit.
I did Mount Whitney when I was in Boy Scouts way back when.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember much about it. I remember being last a lot, but yeah, it was a good time. Mount Whitney would be dope.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he say how old he was going to be?
40.
40, all right.
The big 4.
Yeah.
That's like his big milestones. He's like, go big or take it easy. I say go big.
You can go big and then you can chill afterwards.
Yeah.
I agree.
Go climb Mount Whitney and then crack a beer on top of it.
Fuck yeah.
And chill out.
100%.
Yeah. All right, we're going to break into our Would You Rathers.
Okay.
All right, are you aware of these?
No.
You're going to love them. And,
Okay.
and by love them, you're probably going to hate them. But
Krys is stone cold. Krys should be a lawyer.
I should have been a lawyer. I agree with you.
yeah.
I would have been a good, I'm a marriage and family therapist. That's what I went to school for. That's what I have a master's in. But yeah, I probably should have been a lawyer. I always think that. Like, I would have been good at that.
There you go.
Like, whatever.
Good call, Paul.
I'm just...
That clarity, that mental clarity, dude.
time, man.
I hate it now. He's so clear
Krys
these
is stone
days.
cold. I like that.
Paul's so clear these days. He just like pulls one ups on me all the time now. I'm just like, you son of a bitch.
Running circles around your little bear trap.
All right, so this is actually kind of cool. I added a new layer to our Would You Rathers. Normally, I will I'll go find them in the internet, or I'll make them up myself. They're usually pretty fucked up.
I love watching Krys. She's like,
fuck.
What do these motherfuckers got for me now?
But
that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, God, here we go.
But this time, I actually opened it up to our followers on on PODDYMOUTH Instagram. So basically, I asked, hey, if you guys got any would you rather's, throw them up, and I'll sift through them. So we got some good ones, got some really fucked up ones that I just passed on. But here we go. So first one, would you rather always feel itchy or always feel like you needed to pee? I know.
Itchy.
Oh, really?
Itchy. Yeah, I think itchy over peeing. Yeah.
Oh, Paul, what do you got?
I already feel like I have to pee all the time. Having to drink a gallon. Yeah, so yeah, we're good.
Dude, I would hate to feel itchy all the time.
Really?
Oh God, dude,
I
that's
feel
where
I'm
like
itchy all
I rip
the
my
time.
skin off, dude.
I feel like I'm always itchy. I have like a lot of allergies, environmental.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like
I can't even do a new shirt. I have to wash it. I just can't stand that new cotton fabric.
Yeah.
my kids are that way.
62% said pee.
Oh, interesting.
Itchy, I feel like would eventually drive you insane.
I'm just like used to allergies.
All right. Would you rather run across fire or roll over hot coals?
Run across fire.
Yeah, running.
Fire? Yeah, because I mean, like you can
Who the
run
hell
through
wants
it.
to roll over a coal?
Yeah. Why would you want to fucking do
Psychos.
that? Yeah. Well,
Whoever that small percentage
Yeah,
is. That,
15%.
Yeah, you're fucking psycho, by the way.
That's exactly what we say.
Bye-bye.
people said run through fire. 85%.
Clearly.
Yeah. But hot coal. Why would
There's not
you?
another
Why would you
answer to
fucking do that?
Psychos.
Yeah.
Maybe they're burning off the itchiness.
Yeah, maybe. Would you rather get a sex change or have dirt on the Clintons? This was a user
my
submission.
Wait, say that one more time. What?
Okay, would you rather get a sex change or have dirt on the Clintons?
Have dirt on the. Doesn't everybody have dirt on the Clintons
That's what I'm
already?
about
Is
to
that
say,
even?
yeah.
That's an irrelevant question. But I feel like okay, dirt on the Clintons. I mean,
But then you're probably going to die. You're probably going to
for
get
sure.
suicided.
Yeah, no, they go right. If you want a rabbit hole, it's the Clintons like connection. There's a whole string of quote unquote suicides and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many where you're like, come on, like at this point, it's like you're throwing it in our face. It's obvious, like you're fucking taking these people out. We love a good conspiracy theory.
yeah. I mean, I think that one's like also. You don't have another choice.
Yeah.
No sex change. So
You sure you don't want a dick? Are you sure?
Positive. I'm good. Yeah.
Paul, you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll
Okay.
pass.
All right. 97% said, yeah, we'll take dirt on the Clintons.
Fucking 3%. You guys are
Fucking weirdos, man.
psychos.
I love
It's
it.
probably Angela.
I love the weirdos. Would you rather get the electric chair or firing squad? Now, this blows my mind, the numbers I'm looking at right now.
Firing squad.
Firing squad.
100%. Yeah.
I'm a lineman. I don't want to be electrocuted. We're good. Firing squad.
I would rather get the electric chair. 'Cause
Really?
It's going to be over.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, you're going to be. No, you're
Dude,
gonna
you
feel
get
pain.
fried, it's over.
You burn from the inside.
Yeah, you burn
It's
from the
terrible.
inside.
But it
I
goes quickly. Right?
I don't know. I'd rather do fire. I think you're going to die quicker firing squad.
Interesting.
Less pain.
You just like pass out by
just
the pain.
done. You're just done. Just
Well, yeah. I guess I'm the moron over here. 92% said firing squad.
yep.
Interesting. Would you rather never be able to drink beer or whiskey ever again?
Is it so?
This is
It's either
tough.
beer or whiskey.
It's either beer or whiskey.
Well, I can't drink beer.
Oh.
So that's easy
Well,
for
let's
me because
say-
whiskey's gluten free.
Oh, that's
So
true.
I'm on whiskey game.
And gluten-free beer tastes like butthole, right?
I don't know because I don't drink it. It's not. It's not
You're like, I don't know because I don't eat ass.
Yeah, I don't do that. I mean, for me, gluten free. So my drinks, like I drink like keto wine, like low sugar wine,
okay.
right? So I drink a lot of wine.
Is
seltzers.
Warpaw Andrew's wine, right?
Yeah, it's not like one of those dry farm wines, but his wine is amazing.
Okay.
I mean, absolutely amazing. But
Half-Face
I do a
Blades.
lot of I love heavy red wines
Yeah,
or
I like a good red.
seltzers. Like if I'm going to go somewhere, I would get a seltzer because I know it's safe for me. Like
Got
it's
it.
just a simple, that would be my beer.
Okay, so all right, we'll switch it up for you. Seltzer or whiskey? Which one are you not drinking ever again?
I would not drink seltzers over whiskey.
You take whiskey.
Yeah. Or
Take it.
tequila, whiskey or tequila. I would keep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What is your tried and true, gonna take it? What's your alcohol beverage of choice?
Well, it used to be tequila. My whole family's serious tequila drinkers. Very
Interesting.
serious. They collect tequila.
Interesting.
Like my mom during COVID, this is a ramble, but like my mom called me one day, you know, people were like crazy about like toilet paper.
Yeah.
Right. Well, my mom heard that there was a shortage of tequila that was about to happen.
No.
And I didn't know about this. And she called me and she's like, you are going to be so happy with me. I would go, why? I just want to let you know, I went to all the stores that were open that I could go to. And I got all of the 1942. And I go, why? Why did you do that? And she's like, you don't know? There's a tequila shortage coming in, not in this household. We are not. You guys can come here and stay here.
Oh,
like,
my
as if
God.
there's like a food shortage, but it's fine because my family's not going to run out of 1942. I was like,
it's fine, guys. It's
got it,
fine.
Mom.
There's no food on the shelves, but hey, guys.
Totally fine.
We got the
totally
tequila.
Fine. Yeah, but that's like
Party
my
at the
family.
house.
1942?
Oh, my family gets down with tequila. And they like go places on vacations like for tequila.
Is 1942 your favorite?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I'm not that bougie with my tequila. So like I like Herradura. I like really, really dark tequilas. So my family all does, you know, añejos and aged. And so, yeah, tequila is my go-to. Like that would be more of my go-to, tequila and wine.
I would love to learn more about tequila because I know a lot goes into it.
Bring on her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom. If you brought my mom on and you gave her some tequila, she's got some shit to say. My mom makes me look very mild.
Oh, wow.
Very, very,
I love that. Holy shit. That is hard to imagine.
Oh,
Maybe
it's a real thing. It's a real. I came from like a real alpha, like and she is just like my daughter. So you've met my daughter, right?
Yep.
By the way, my daughter's been texting me. I just want to from my babysitter's phone.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm done. I dropped my daughter off at a park, everyone. So while I was doing this, which I thought would be like a really cool thing for her, and she says that the park is not appropriate for her because it's not age appropriate. Yeah, just so you know. But no, my mom is like gnarly. Like she just goes and tells people things. So I actually minimize her time at my ranch for events now because she has so much to say to people.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, Mom.
She should do a tequila booth at the next.
Yeah, there you go.
Sweet.
Handing out free shots.
No.
1942.
No.
It's like $160 bottle.
And she's like, pass.
No, pass on that. I
Pass,
love
hard
my mom.
pass.
I love being around her. It's just like, whoa, whoa, Mom, you just said that to a random person. Okay.
For Krys to be like that, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's hilarious, dude.
I tell her all the time. Yeah. Anyways.
That's hilarious. Paul, what do you got? Beer or whiskey? What are you never drinking ever again?
My first love is beer. Even though the taste buds have acquired to whiskey over the years, but give me beer for the rest of my life.
Mike too. Mike would be beer for the rest of his life, and it's mellow for him. Like,
Yeah.
beer's mellow.
I guess I'm torn. Like, so I don't. It's got to be my fucking age at this point, but like, I can't handle the IPAs anymore. Like the heavy IPAs just fuck my shit up.
I think
you and Mike were like the same when we went out and drank, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys drank the same beer, and like he was so impressed by you because you actually drank your beer faster than him. And he was
that's
like,
right.
Oh my gosh, I found someone who drinks
Fucking
beer
hang.
at 10 a.m. faster than me.
That's true.
He's held on to that. He's
That's
like,
hilarious.
you're going to see Spencer, the fast beer drinker.
The fast beer
Notes
drinker.
taken.
Yeah.
Notes taken.
That is stroking my ego very much so right now.
That's
That's
a big
awesome.
compliment
That
from
is a
him.
big compliment.
Because he's a marathon light beer drinker, so he's a Bud Light guy. Like he doesn't fuck with any of the craft stuff. It's just not his thing. He just give him light beer all day and he's fine.
Oh, dude, I could literally drink like a 24 pack.
Yes.
Of just light beer all day. It's fucking great.
Mike likes tall boys. He says they taste different than regular beer. So it's just fine.
Which is really funny. We didn't do it today because this was an early podcast, and it would be a little more fun because I know you got shit going on, and he's not drinking right now because 75. But what I have been doing on some episodes where I put tall boys in these random brown bags, and you get to pick your fate.
Oh.
And there's been some good ones. There's like I'll get some really fucking shitty ones, and then mix in a couple palatable ones.
That's funny.
Like we had Krista on, and she got the good one. She got the Twisted Tea, which is like super sweet, whatever. Yeah. But he got Steel Reserve, which is like absolute horse piss.
Yeah,
dude.
No, I know about that.
Oh God, it'd be anyway. So we'll do it. We'll do it again. We'll get you back in here when everyone's 100%. Drinking again. Okay. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna axe out beer. I think, and just go whiskey.
Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good choice.
That's all I got for you. You made it. You did it. The gauntlet is over. The Potty Mouth gauntlet is over. Krys, this is an honor and a pleasure. It truly is. We love what you're doing at the ranch. Again, it's like one of those things where I get so rejuvenated and just fucking stoked on archery and life when I get to come out to the ranch, and I'm just so stoked to see where it goes because there's so much potential there.
We feel like you're a part of our family. We love you being up there and growing with both of you guys. And this is an honor to be on your podcast and be able to share some of my story and hopefully to inspire other people to get up off their ass and do epic shit.
Yes.
That's it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
If you have a fucking idea, get up off your ass and do it. You want to go work out? You want to lose weight? Get up off your ass and start doing it. It's not that profound, but I hope that, people feel some inspiration from that. And I hope that I see people, at our ranch because we love it.
Yeah. If you're in Southern California again, make the trip. It's well worth it. You don't have to be, again, it's no egos. You don't have to be an expert. Just get in there and hang out with the people. It's such a great vibe over there.
Shout out the socials.
Where can people find you?
My personal is Krys Cook 5. There's some underscore shit in there. And then
It'll be in the show notes.
And then the ranch. So if you go and look for the ranch, you're probably going to find our Airbnb and VRBO one, but it's the ranch _Julian _outdoors. That's where we're really posting for all of our events and everything going on. And then we have the Cook Pigs page, which is kind of outdated. So our meat, we're only selling on the ranch now for events, and it's really tiny. And we're just focusing on, still selling, but not in a giant way, just to, direct to consumer. So, but that's us. That's
any events you want to shout out that's coming up?
I have the women's event, which has been sold out for a while, but we will have more. So please don't hesitate to sign up for emails because that's going to be coming out right after this event. We have one in September planned, I believe. We have a couple really cool archery events coming up. We have a collaboration archery event in May, which is going to be epic. Everything leading up to total archery challenge and 3D challenges. We just got white bone, collector, Ryan, and he's going to be teaching a lot of taxidermy at the ranch, which is pretty huge. Cool. Fieldcraft Survival is coming through, and we're totally doing all kinds of stuff with them that they're going to have their own platform at our. So I told them I wanted GPS, navigation stuff, survival stuff, and then they're also focusing on women, so they're coming into our women's thing.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We're just planning all of that right now, so I don't have a lot to share yet, but I will soon. As of right now, we think we have elk shape for next year. Dan is coming out. He's gonna be running an elk shape camp.
Wow.
You guys, this stuff is so fucking epic for Southern California.
Yes.
Nobody has ever done anything in Southern California like this.
What do you mean? Elk shape?
All of the elk shape.
Like getting into elk shape.
His platform.
Oh,
you gotta
gotcha.
look at him. Look at him on Instagram. He's unfucking believable. And my family, we're a little bit more fanning of him because we've been following him for so long. And my brother, anyways, I can go on and on. It doesn't matter. These people are doing epic shit just like at the ranch, and then now they're bringing it to Southern California. So 2023 is going to be giant. 2023 is going to be 2 events a month. We're going to do 1 archery, 1 education. We're going to split everything up so more people can come. I'm going to be living up there full time, so I'm going to be running everything, and I'm going to have a lot more time to be able to do this stuff. And that's what my focus is dedicated to. So,
dude, I'm so genuinely stoked for you. I can't wait for this shit to pop off.
Thank you.
It's
it's going to be amazing. And so yeah, if you're interested, I think the best way to do it is just to simply sign up for emails. Our website is www.theranchjulian.org, and you can sign up for emails on there and you can get a lot of information. Spencer's actually been helping us with changing the whole website up with another dude who comes up. We use basically everybody who helps us on the ranch is people who are a part of our tribe.
keeping it in-house.
He can attest to that. That's a real thing. People will come up and they'll go, "Hey Krys, I do blah, blah, blah for a living. If you ever need help." And I'm like, notes taken.
Yeah. Duly noted.
And you shoot bows.
Yeah.
And you like what we're doing.
Yeah.
To me, the most important thing is people get what we're doing.
Yes.
And I told you that from the beginning. If you can get what we're doing and you're a part of it, you're in. That's it. That's all. So anyways, it's awesome. And we hope that, some of your listeners will be a part of it.
Yes.
It's great.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Please
Thank you.
like, share, subscribe, do all the things. We'll see you all next time. Big husses.